Good evening to all of you in our virtual community. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our service. We're going to begin our service this evening with the singing of a Dirhu. And of course, we celebrate this wonderful holiday of Passover, our 7-day festival in Reform Judaism and traditional Judaism, 8 days, a Dirhu.
Adirhu, Adirhu, Yivne veto bekarov, bimhera, bimhera, biyamedu bekarov, el bene, bene vetcha bekarov. Bachur hu, gadol hu, dagul hu, yivne veto bekarov, bimhera, bimhera, biyamenu bekarov, el bene, bene vetka Haturhu, Vatikhu, Zakaihu, Yivne veto bekarov, bimhera, bimhera, biyamenu bekarov, el bene, bene vetka Rachumhu, Shaddaihu, Takifhu, Yivne veto bekarov, bimhera, bimhera, biyamenu bekarov, el bene, bene vetka
We welcome Shabbat now with the kindling of the Sabbath lights. If you are following in our virtual prayer book online, that would be found on page 20 in our regular prayer book, page 120. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlikne shel Shabbat.
We turn now in our virtual prayer books to page 44 for the Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך ידותה וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בעגלה, בעגלה, ובזמן קריב, והימרו אמן. יהי שמי רבם מברך, לעולם ולעלמי המאה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויברמם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל, שמי דקדושה בריחו. להל מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה, והימרו אמן.
On page 46 of the virtual prayer book, we rise for the Baruchu, the call to worship.
Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Page 48. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim.
Avat olam bet Yisrael, Amecha avta, Amecha mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shachvenu uvkumenu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha ub'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayenu le'orech yamenu uvahem nege yomam v'layla nege yomam v'layla ve'ahavatcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael, ohev Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated as we continue with the V'ahavta, page 54 of our virtual prayer books.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בהם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וקשבתם על ממוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם מכל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
On page 55, we can read together, "Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God." We continue now on page 57 of our virtual prayer books. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נודעתי לוט אוסף אלה, אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לבני משה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לבני משה. לעולם, לעולם ועד. Bahelim Adonai, Mi Kamokan Edar Bakodesh, Norati Lot, Osefele, Venemar Kifada Adonai et Yaakov, Ugvalo miad hazach mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael.
Page 60 in our virtual prayer books. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim.
V'shameru v'nei Yisrael, et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ובן בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. בני ובן בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. Prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. On page 64 of our virtual service, we rise for tefillah.
Adonai safatai tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'himotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Norah, אל עליון, גומר חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר השדה אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומשיח ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל אתה ולא שיעה. מחיה חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדום לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום להלוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
You may be seated. On page 73 of the virtual prayer book, let us read responsively. Disturb us, Adonai, ruffle us from our complacency, make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai, deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor, slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. Ritzeh Adonai Eloheinu Be'amecha Yisrael Utefilhatam Be'ahava Tekabel Utehileratzon Tamid Avodat Yisrael Yisrael Hamecha El Karov Lechol Kodei HaPinel Avadecha V'chanenu Shevach Ruchacha Ah
עינינו ושובך לציון. ברחמים ברוך אתה המחזיר שכינתו
The artistic translation of the Ritzeh, which Andy just sang so beautifully, I think brings deep meaning to us at this time of illness for so many. So on page 75, you are with us in our prayer, our love and our doubt, and our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadecha beyira na'avod. On page 77, God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Hamcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Hamcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'necha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol het ubechol shah bishlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Tasim leolam, tasim leolam.
On page 79, we read together, "Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael, Bashalom." As we turn in our virtual prayer books now to page 271 for the Misha Berach, our thoughts and our prayers, our highest hopes and our aspirations are expressed in these words of healing. We pray that God will direct doctors and scientists to find cures for this insidious disease, that medical personnel will be granted strength and fortitude to deal with the challenges before them, that those who are sick will find strength to overcome the illness, and for those families grieving, solace and comfort during these difficult days. We join together now as we sing our prayer for healing, a prayer that is needed everywhere in our world today, the Misha Berach.
Sheberach avotenu mekor habracha lehimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mechor habracha lehavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We take a moment now for silent prayer.
Refugion libi, lifanecha, Adonai Tzuri vegali, Adonai Tzuri
We Americans love freedom and cherish personal expression. This is a hallmark of being an American, and for us as Jews, a fundamental tenet of our religious heritage. So it goes without saying that the mandate by our government to stay at home is difficult for us, socially, emotionally, physically, and economically. We are permitted to engage in essential activities. We can shop for groceries and go to the pharmacy, but approximately 90% of the population cannot gather in groups, in restaurants, malls, stadiums, concert halls, movie theaters, or houses of worship. No doubt such restrictions are stressful. We are hardwired to be connected. We are accustomed to moving about without restrictions. And for many, the inability to feel productive and purposeful is distressing. Perhaps that is why some people have chosen to ignore the mandate to stay at home. But as we learn more about COVID-19, we are beginning to understand that such defiance is potentially lethal for Americans of any age. According to one study, half of those affected with coronavirus have mild symptoms, meaning that these people have the ability to make the rest of us very sick, even when they do not feel sick. Nearly 18,000 Americans, and so many more in the world, have now died because of COVID-19. Such a staggering figure makes us feel enslaved by this virulent virus. We feel weak and impotent. But the holiday of Passover reminds us that we are strong precisely because we have the freedom to choose the trajectory of this disease. We have the freedom to choose communal responsibility. We have the freedom to remain at home and restrict our movement. And by staying at home, we have the freedom to free other families from the deep grief that comes from losing a loved one. Our holiday of Passover emphasizes freedom, but the ancient Passover reminds us that the freedom we cherish is not a freedom devoid of discipline, responsibility, and obligation. When the temple in Jerusalem was standing, our ancestors participated in a ritual that involved the sacrificing of the Paschal lamb. Brought by families, the meat of the lamb was to be entirely consumed by families. A small family, if necessary, would join with a larger family to fulfill the requirement of consuming all of the meat before the next morning. Naturally, nothing containing leavening could be offered with the Paschal sacrifice. The instructions for this ancient Paschal sacrifice are preserved in the book of Exodus. Speak to the entire congregation of Israel, and they shall take for themselves every man a lamb for each family, a lamb for each house. And you shall hold it in safekeeping until the 14th day of this month, and the entire community of the congregation of Israel shall slaughter it toward evening. And they shall eat the meat that night, roasted by fire with matzahs and bitter herbs. Seems straightforward, but a critical reading of the text reveals an interesting dynamic that initially escapes the eye. Yes, the sacrificial offering was for the individual family and their extended group, but that offering, according to the Torah, had to be slaughtered by the entire community of the congregation of Israel. The family consumed the meat, and the meat belonged to the family unit. But it appears that the sacrifice was not valid unless it was performed under the auspices of the entire community. The Paschal sacrifice reinforces the idea that what we do as individuals affects the community, and what the community does affects the individual. We need community. We need hospitals, police officers, and firefighters. Community provides us with services we cannot provide for ourselves. And now, community needs us. We love our freedom, but when that freedom denies others freedom, when we act without concern or consideration for others, our freedom becomes selfish and not the kind of freedom demanded by our holiday of Passover. There is no Paschal offering today. The offering required of us at this time of challenge is the freedom to choose to restrain our wants, desires, and appetites, and do what's best for those in our community. Our hospitals need us to stay at home. Our neighbors need us to stay at home. And our grandchildren need to understand why they cannot visit their grandparents. what better expression of freedom than making a sacrifice that has the potential to save the lives of others? Prior to the Exodus, Pharaoh defiantly asks Moses, "Mi v'mi holchim?" Who are the ones who are going? Moses replies, "We will go with our young and our old. We will go with our sons and our daughters." As wearisome as it is, by staying home right now, we use our freedom to choose a future that includes all of us, the young and the old, our sons and our daughters. Stay well, stay safe, stay at home, and choose the freedom demanded by this Passover season. Shabbat Shalom. Just a reminder to all of you at home to be sure to check your emails from the temple. If you know of fellow congregants who are not receiving emails, please make sure they contact us so that we can keep them informed of the many different activities taking place here, online, at the temple. We turn now to our concluding prayers. The Aleinu is found on page 300 of our virtual prayer books. Will you please rise as the doors of the ark are open?
לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמרנו כמשקפות האדמה, שלא שם אלוקינו כהם, וגואלנו ככל המונה, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. We continue now with our memorial prayer. The light of life is a finite flame. Like the Shabbat candles, life is kindled. It burns, it glows. It is radiant with warmth and beauty. But soon it fades. Its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance, and our life burns down and gutters. There is an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen, yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. At this sacred moment of our Shabbat worship, we think longingly and lovingly of Mickey Behrman, Elaine Gilberg, Janet Gilberg, Stanley Rubin, Richard Sugarman, and Rabbi Alan Sakobin, all taken from us during recent days and weeks. We name two at this time, those whose yahrzeits, the anniversary of whose passing occurs, as on this Shabbat we recall Dayton H. Bayless, Dr. Herman Bamberger, Dr. Harry Boehm, Phyllis Bauer, Regina Kronstein, Mary Farber, Robert Farber, Arthur Frankel, Betty B. Frost, Ann Furness, Jean Gilbert, Louis B. Goldstein, Dr. Marvin C. Green, Frank S. Green, Louis Hatner, Tonya Hellberg, Ruth G. Hume, Libby Lashen, Sophia Levison, Bertha Liebenthal, Richard Philip Moore, Brenda S. Murphy, Oscar B. Ralph, Dr. Herbert A. Raskin, Louis Robinson, Louis R. Romanoff, Benjamin Siegel, Rose Thal Smilak, Gladys Starsky, Lester M. Steiner, Matilda Stern, Florence R. Thal, and Harvey Weinman. We turn now in our virtual prayer books to page 312 as we rise to sanctify the name of God with the words of the Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, Yalma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yeh shemei rabbah mivarach, le'olam olamei almaya, Yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal, shemei dekud shah barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran v'alma v'imru, Amen. Yeh shalom rabba min shemaya v'chayim, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, u'ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, give comfort to all who are bereaved, here and everywhere, as together we say, Amen. We conclude our service this evening with the singing of L'Shana Haba'ah, in the year to come.
לשנה הבאה, לשנה הבאה, לשנה הבאה לירושלים. לשנה הבאה, לשנה הבאה, לשנה הבאה בירושלים.
And we'll conclude our service with the Kiddush. I believe in your virtual prayer book. You can find it on page 23.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei piri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodesho be'ahava uvratzon hinkilanu, zikaron lamase v'reshit. כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושמרת קודשך באב וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן.
L'chaim.
לחיים. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.